So the MTA has decided to do a test of barriers on the platform of the New York City Subway. So I took a ride up to 191st Street to see what they look like. And there they are. On the one train, there are no moving parts on these barriers, so they're a little simplistic looking. It looks like very homemade, just welded standard parts. I mean, these are so new that they still have wet paint signs on them. You can see the markings on the floor. So the trains will always have to stop in the same places. And they generally do, but you can see them on the other platform here. Get an idea of where the doors are, so I guess you can wait where the door is going to be. But I don't really see how they're going to stop people from falling onto the tracks, because it just makes fewer areas for them to fall onto the tracks, but they do look strange. In other countries, they have these barriers, but they have working doorways that slide open. And the subway, their trains are always parked in the same places. But I took the opportunity to explore a little bit of what the 191st Street station on the one looks like. It's a deep station, and this little girl, I'll let her sing her song. So she knows her ABCs. And she sang it through a couple of times because the tunnel is so long. There it is on the outside. This is what the IRT Entrance looks like on Broadway at 191st. And behind it, there's a really steep hill, and these apartment buildings were built on stilts. It's kind of a cool look. I really hadn't seen much of that before. This is the 181st Street station, another deep station, but this one's nice. It has a big vaulted space that the train tracks run through. You have to take an elevator down to get to it. It's so deep. You can see the walkover bridge. It's got beautiful tiles and brickwork. Lately on the weekends, there's been a lot of construction on the one line, and got to see a nice close-up view of one of the work trains from the 125th Street platform last weekend. One of the GEs. Another work car. kind of a crew car, tool car. This is a fairly new flat or gondola with removable sides. They can crane out the containers in the middle. And at the end here is one of the Mantis cranes. It can slide along on the top of the gondola it's in and move those containers around. But it's pretty close clearance in the tunnels. But yeah, the whole crane part can slide along the top of the gondola's sides. You can see rails on top. And then the crane itself can extend out. Here's the D at 145th Street. Here's some stills from a few years ago. They were doing some construction work on the one track on the 125th Street viaduct. And I got some pictures of the massive crew working to replace these panel switches. They had a crane sitting on Broadway to lower the pre-finished track work into place. And they had a crane that was loading gondolas full of old ballast. It's fun to see the work trains on the weekends, but having them working on the weekends does make it difficult to get around. It's hard to judge how long it will take to get from one place to another on the weekend. But the trade-off is, during the week, the trains run on time. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any comments, please leave them below. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.